a robbery happened in the compound. The guy is a doctor from the US, according to what I heard. So he came in, people came to rob, and I was working late that night. I had a lot of things to do. We moved directly from the frying pan directly into the furnace, not even fire, like proper furnace for melting metal and everything.
Crazy.
Yeah. You see how I keep my hair, right? I've always kept my hair this way for like, I don't know, for a long while, 3 years plus. And I know how it is when people see you this way, they just judge you.
Exactly.
Like, this person is a Yahoo boy, and I really hate that. Prices of trying to rent just really, really shot up, especially in nowhere.
It's really high.
Like for me, my house rent almost doubled. I did like, I think 80%. We are just tired of looking for an apartment. We just needed something. Lagos is like the New York of Nigeria. Then you see Lagos doesn't have that much land. I feel it's not argument enough for properties to be valued that much.
Do people they don't just care about where they lay their head, or their own is just, let it just be that, okay, there's a roof over my head, doesn't really matter. The money is in surplus, you want to spend it on a cubicle.
I did an interview when I was looking for an apartment, like a proper interview. Someone came from Port Harcourt to interview me.
Are you being serious?
Like,
hi, and welcome to another episode of Living Today. And I remain your host, Akira Chuka. Today, here with me is Mr. Ellis, a software developer who will be dicing another one important problem in Nigeria: house hunting. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ellis.
Yeah, thank you, Akira.
It's really nice having you here today.
Thank you.
Also, thank you for hosting us at your place. This is really lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Really lovely. So knowing what's currently going on in the housing market, this housing situation with agents and tenants it's really, really a lot. Like, it's really, really crazy. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Actually, you mentioned he said agents and tenants, but I think there's also a third factor, which is the landlord.
Yes. I don't know why I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Landlords.
Yeah, so
They're like the middlemen in all this, in this ruckus. Like, what's going on between the agents and the tenants? I think they're the mastermind. I think that's it.
I mean, agents, they are frustrating bunch, right? But I think it's not just about them.
Yeah.
The landlords or landladies, they also play a role.
Yes, they do.
And in some way, if you ask me, I'm not a landlord or anything. So, but if you ask me, I would say they kind of also enable them, the agents. Okay. Because I've come to notice sometimes, even if you try to go to landlords directly, they still direct you to agents.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that happens. I have like crazy story about this house hunting.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. You said they will direct you back to the agents?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, there are some landlords you go to, like, I have like first-hand experience. I also have experience via like close friends that I also accompany them trying to, house hunt. And sometimes you ask questions, you try to avoid the agents, and then you ask questions and try to go directly to the landlord.
Yeah.
And the landlord will just tell that they're not the owner of the house. Yeah. They'll just, I think they just like to keep a low profile, the ones I've encountered anyway, or they just like the system that is already there. They don't want to I don't know what's going through their head, to be honest, but sometimes you meet them directly and they'll just pretend they're not the landlord and they direct you to an agent, and at the end of the day you find out they're the landlord, but by then it's already too late.
So technically, they're being paid aside from their rent from the agent fee or something like that?
I don't know. So I don't know if it's that way. What I would say is, again, this is like my limited experience, right? What I would say is sometimes the agent or the person that's going to help you pay for the house is a relative of theirs. So they also have to have a share, right? Because probably, this is what I've noticed in my own little distance. Probably they don't want to settle their relative from the money you get from the rent. So they kind of give them an avenue for them to also get something and put in the pocket. So that's what I've noticed.
Don't you think that what is going on right now is actually quite extravagant? Like, the prices they add to their agent fee is really something alarming.
It's crazy. It's really crazy because
really,
I know
really
that currently the last payment I did for housing, like house rent, if I should recalculate, I basically paid almost double, right? Because as of then the house rent was say $850, and after everything I paid around $1,350. So that is how much extra. That is more like 500 plus. So
Jesus.
this included agent fee, caution, agreement, management fee,
everything. Yeah.
But I'll give it to them. They are trying in terms of management. But I mean, it's crazy. Like, how do you need to really save up to be able to pay that? It's a lot.
Like, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot. And given like the way inflation shot up like crazy,
a lot, yeah.
And definitely salaries don't keep up that way. So it's a lot. You have to really save. So most times what people end up doing is you squat with someone. Like you have a friend or family, you squat and then you save up and pay months later.
But there's also this thing about cheating in terms of the houses that you want to acquire. Okay, someone posted something on Twitter. Let me just read out to you.
Okay.
So the person replied to a particular tweet that someone tweeted. The person said, first thing to check when you're getting a new house, one, is the area safe?
Mm-hmm.
Ask the neighbors. Do not ask the agent. Do not ask the landlord. Is the area prone to flooding? Mm-hmm. It's best for you to go there during the raining season. Mm-hmm. Don't go there during the dry season. The person said, check if there's a steady water supply. Limau. How stable is the electricity in the area? Ask the neighbors too. So basically, anything that concerns that house, do not ask the landlord, do not ask the agent. The person went further to say, test the network strength of your internet provider if it has good internet access. If you have a car, check for parking space. If there's parking space, ask if it's for the landlord alone. You know what's funny? Because all these things actually are important because you could see a nice apartment now, decide that, okay, I like this place and I want to rent it. You go meet the agent, you go meet the landlord, and not knowing about all these other things involved, because maybe the agent has videoed the house for you, snapped all these things, and then said, okay, this is the place, and you're like, oh, it's so beautiful, and then all this detailed information, you don't have them.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So it's part of the things that and actually it's true, but you know the funny thing, I think most of this thing is attributed towards people staying in a self-con. You get around our student area, people that stay over there, I think it's more attributed to them. You know, kind of thing when they promise you that, don't worry, this place has water. Did you experience something like this? Even in the town here, did you experience something like this?
I feel like I'm the perfect person for you to be having this conversation with.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you are.
Gosh, I have a lot of stories.
Before we get back into the podcast, you know how looking for an apartment has turned you into a full-time detective. Agent fees here, inspection fees there. Like, next thing you know, your transport money has literally finished, vanished, poof, gone. Well, I'm about to introduce you to HomeAvers. With HomeAvers, you don't pay agent fees, you don't pay inspection fees, and there's even a free wait list. So once that dream apartment you've been eyeing comes up, you'll be the first person to know. And you know the best parts? No stress at all. Zero stress, none. It's literally house hunting made easy. Like, you just click on the app, choose the apartment you want, and chill. I know it sounds too good to be true, but try it first, then come and thank me later. Now, let's go back to the podcast.
Okay, let's start with, I think the best time to look for a house, especially down here, where I stay in over, is rainy season. Because you see a lot. You saw the road when you're coming here, right?
Yeah, ow.
Okay.
Saw it.
Don't worry. I basically don't step out when it's raining.
Are you serious?
So, but yeah, definitely look for house rainy season. And all right, back to the whole water thing.
Yeah.
I have very good story for this house stuff. So not the first place, like when I started like staying on my own, I've been always staying on my own. Anyway, when I moved to like not longer staying in a self-con, when I actually moved to like a full apartment, that was like I think that was a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
So it was like me and my friends. So one of the things, just like you stated, we didn't check the network strength. And we really suffered for that.
Oh.
The whole water thing, the water thing was terrible because, most compounds these days, they have like, the landlord provides like a dedicated generator to pump water when there's no lights. That didn't exist there. So basically we had to be using our gen to pump water.
Are you serious?
And it was a lot of drama because we bought a new gen, so our gen was strong enough to pump.
Were you the only ones in the flat?
No, that was a 3-bedroom. Because it's a very big compound. parking space was not an issue. Like you can park anything you want to park there. But it was like a 3-bedroom split into 2. Like 3-bedroom, 3-story building, 3-bedroom apartment split into 2. I think on the left was 2-story, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Then on the right was 3 bedrooms. So very, very, very big compound. And there was no dedicated generator. So because we had a new gen, again, where I was staying with my friend, like we split the bill for the rent.
Yeah.
So we usually use our gen to pump water. So you got to a stage, you pump water for like an hour or 2 and realize that water is not running. You don't know that someone in the compound has gone and
Are you serious?
and put on their own tank because it was like water battle.
Jeez.
So that was like a very crazy experience. The road was terrible. And in terms of security was not that great, to be honest. So there are like 2 roads. There are multiple roads to get to the apartment, right? But like the 2 that are still kind of motorable. One of them at night, they always tell you don't pass through there.
Yeah,
it's not safe because there's
something.
school and there's bad boys,
Yeah.
and so you don't follow there. You follow another path, and that path is also really, really terrible. Like you can't drive; you have to walk.
Yeah.
So going out at night was not really a thing. If you want to go out at night, it's just within the area, But we had like vigilante for the particular street we're on.
Do
so,
those people even work?
I mean, they try. Like, I mean, it's limited. Some of them have this lookout gun.
Yeah.
I think a couple of them have like maybe double barrel. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's something. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, better than no.
Yeah. So that place wasn't that great. Then we moved. How do they say this thing? When you move from the frying pan directly into the fire.
Yeah, from frying pan to fire.
Yeah, that's what happened. So we needed to change apartment because that place wasn't serving us. Internet was terrible, and light wasn't consistent. But it was, I mean,
When you got there, didn't you like ask for all these deeds?
So it was a very tight situation. We had to move fast. You know, and so that is again another conversation we'll have, because you don't move to an apartment when you're like you really need an apartment.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I would say make sure you give yourself 4 months head start. Start, even though your rent is going to expire.
Yeah.
December. Start, I don't know, October, September or something, and start looking for an apartment. Don't start like 1 month.
Exactly.
Because I really suffered. Story for another day. So we moved directly from the frying pan directly into the furnace, not even fire, like proper furnace for melting metal and everything.
Crazy.
Yeah. So again, we moved to a new apartment. The apartment was really beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. But guess what?
I can imagine.
There's no light. Like throughout the year, we barely had light 1 week. The road is terrible. When I mean the road is terrible, I mean the road is really terrible. That when it rains, nobody can come home. And I mean that like you can't drive home.
It's even worse than this one.
This road is heaven now. This beautiful road. This
Lord of God.
was the road bad when you come? I thought it was starred. This road is amazing. Like
Jesus.
you literally cannot come back home. If you want to come back home, just be prepared that after you come back home, you're going to go walk your car the next day. That's how terrible it was.
Jesus.
It was extremely terrible, and there was no light.
My God.
And
you paid rent.
yeah, we paid. I mean, it was cheap. I mean, as of then,
That's why it would be
that
cheap.
was to 2021, I guess. 2021, 2022, around that area, around that time. The rent was around 500K for a 3-bedroom apartment.
Which side?
Like Aquakuma, inside. I think
That's
they call it
why.
Fish Planet,
That's
around that
why.
area. The house is very beautiful, to be honest. Like, it's a good house. Interlocking and everything.
But they said, well, we'll punish you, no light.
We burnt
Yeah.
fuel throughout, like for a full year. So we're lucky then fuel has not done this thing it did, that when I'm buying at 900 and it was like way cheaper that
Cheaper
period.
then, yeah.
So we could do that. And then again, should I keep telling the stories a lot?
Please go ahead.
All right. So it was terrible, like really, really terrible. But I mean, we had amazing neighbors and that helped. Security was great for a while. See, we got like a robbery happened in the compound.
Oh my.
So it's another story. The guy is a doctor from the US, according to what I heard. So he came in, probably, I don't know, I'm just speculating here, allegedly. Probably like information, people came to rob. And I was working late that night. I had a lot of things to do. So I worked till around 2 a.m. I was going to bed. or like and I had the guy put on his car alarm, the horn, like that alarm system. And the thing was now like, beep, 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 all those noise. I was like, who is driving car by this? I didn't know he was sending out an SOS because we were like breaking into his house. But we were lucky, or he was lucky, when he put that car alarm, they got scared, and because there are a lot of guys in that compound, like guys. So they ran away. And of course, they packed out of that property.
Crazy.
And not long after that, we packed out again. I think I'll go back. I didn't move from frying pan to furnace. I moved from frying pan to fire. Then I'm about to tell you how we moved to furnace.
Please, go ahead.
All right. So after that, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not staying in this area again. I want to move to like proper town. I want to stay in the heart of Owerri. So we found a place in Wedra. Nice apartment, four bedroom apartment. Not like all this POP stuff, like I think PVC, like the older stuff.
Yeah.
It was nice. We spent around 1.2, anywhere between 1.2 to 1.4 million, like
shit.
Like doing the house to our taste, painting, nets, clean up. No, we did everything. So it's a very funny story. All right, so now remember, I'm still staying with my friend.
Yeah.
I wasn't married as of then, so I was like, why go to my own apartment? Let's just split the bill.
Yeah.
So we moved in, finally out of town, what I've always wanted, close to any supermarket you want, any kind of hotel you want to go to relax, like it's close to everything.
Yeah.
Close to the gym, close to the market. It was perfect place. This was heart of Owerri. I really love the house. So, but during the house hunting, right? My friend was the front for like looking for the house. He was the one that is the person that the agents and everybody was seeing. So we found the house, and the house had a hospital in the compound.
Really?
So the hospital was in front. I won't mention the name of the house. So the hospital was in front, and the building was inside. So my friend, according to him, after when he met the barrister was like, according to him, he told the barrister that we're going to be living in the house, but we're also going to work and live in the house. So according to what he told me, it was like the barrister said no problem.
Okay.
Right, that even the people that owns the house, the property, that they are not in Nigeria, that they are barely around, so that will not be a problem. Said okay, no problem, made payments. So on the D-Day now, we packed our loads and everything, and we came. I went, bought like my bed, bought some stuff, prepping to enter the new place. And the barrister called him. I was like, Now this one he moved like this, that he would have just moved small and be bringing things one. I was like, I don't understand. Like, why would I hide and move into the house? Like, I don't understand what is going on. So it turned out that the barrister basically lied.
Hey.
All right. So you know how it is about wanting to collect money. You know how it is now. Collect that initial money, they get the agreement fee, they get caution and all those stuff, which I think goes into their pockets. So it was just hell because we had spent a lot of money, like making sure that the house met our own standard. And then we could already see that there's going to be an issue here. Not long after that, the landlady showed up. Guess what? According to what I heard, she was a former judge, chief judge or so in Owerri. So it's not a family you can tussle with.
Exactly.
And then again, you don't have like evidence to show that, hey, I had this conversation. Like,
yeah, you've made payments.
I've made payments. I had this conversation. Look, we didn't tell these people that we are not going to live here. You understand? I'm a software developer. I live where I work because I work remotely. So it was crazy. And I remember the time you see how I keep my hair, right? So I've always kept my hair this way for like, I don't know, for a long while, 3 years plus. So, and I know how it is. I'm going to get to another story. I know how it is when people see you this way, they just judge you.
Exactly.
Like, this person is a Yahoo boy, and I really hate that. So most times when I'm house hunting, I wear my head warmer and just go around so that I don't get judged for my hair.
Yeah.
So that very day, I was lucky enough. I was wearing my head warmer when she was around because I can't imagine what would have gone through her head.
Yeah, exactly.
So she came around, and I didn't know she was a landlady. And she was like, where is that your brother? I'm like, who? They're like, that your brother, that's your fair brother. I was like, okay, yeah. Is he around? I say, yes, he's around. They call him for me. And of course, the way I'm saying it, like, it was really condescending. Like, it wasn't pretty the way she said it. I was like, fine. I went upstairs, when someone is looking for you. They're like, who is that? I said, I heard it's the landlady. I'm like, So you're going to meet the landlady. You want to look good. So he took his time, brushed his hair, put perfume. By the time he got downstairs, the woman had left. And she now took it that he just left her there. Now, in looking back, if I knew that something like that delay would have happened, probably I should have gone downstairs and say, oh, he's coming, just chill. But I didn't do that, so maybe that's probably my fault. So that whole event cascaded. It was like terrible, At the end of the day, it was the barrister's words against our own, right? And of course, if you've been working with a barrister for more than a decade, you tend to believe him more than just a tenant that came in. So it was very hard for us to plead our case, but we are lucky. I think one of her sons we just explained everything to him. The truth is, if you're not lying, you just say it how it is.
Exactly.
And I mean, there's nothing more you can do. So that was a very horrible experience. It felt, anytime I'm coming back home.
Did they throw you out of the house?
No. The only thing they did, they said that they won't give us an agreement. So we were basically staying in an apartment we paid for, but without having any kind of receipt or anything to show that. The only thing we had was like the bank transfer we made for the rent, but nothing else to. It was really horrible. I felt bad. I felt like in a working society that shouldn't have ever happened.
Yeah.
But then again, we know how Nigeria is, so you just like respect yourself. If you don't really have the might to look for trouble, you just kind of keep a low profile. So yeah, that happened, and of course there are more stories.
Someone else tweeted something, and I think this is another thing that goes on in this same house hunting issue.
Okay.
So the person was like, one thing I'm learning about house hunting is the pictures are catfish. The rooms are small, ceilings are short, and everything is outdated.
I think that depends.
I won't really say it depends. Okay, just for instance, like these agents now, most of them, what they do is they stand at a particular angle and capture. That's how you take a picture to look bigger. Okay, it's like when I bought a washing machine. The way the woman took the picture, I thought the washing machine was big. I thought it was like really huge.
Yeah.
Only for me to go there and, finally see the washing machine. I just saw one small thing. I was like, I thought it was big. She was like, it's small, no, you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me.
Yeah.
I said, but my money. I was like, no, you don't ask me now. So that's what they do.
Yeah.
You could just, this is how you take a picture now. You would know that, okay, let's say, look, you're using your parlor as an instance. Your parlor is actually big. But this is how I would take this picture now and to look small.
True.
So most of these agents, they do that.
Again, I say it depends. The reason I say that is if you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
Because when you're house hunting, you're going to find yourself in a lot of WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be seeing like updates, like,
Yeah.
And if you've had experience house hunting before, it's going to be easy for you to spot like something that is not what it seems.
Okay.
You'll find it easy to spot because, again, when I was house hunting, I was in a WhatsApp group. They dropped a picture, say this house is in Ikenebu. If you know Ikenebu is a really hot place.
Yeah, very.
This house is in Ikenebu. It's going for 800K, 2-bedroom. If you want it, rush now. I told my friend, like,
urgent.
Like, this looks good.
Yeah.
So, like, Ellis, I'm looking at this house now. This house is not worth it. I'm like, just go and try. He drove out. He tried calling the agent. The agent was, dodging at first and finally picked up the call. When he got there, the house they are telling people to rush, they just started renovating it.
Oh.
Like there was no window, there was no ceiling.
Oh, God. Jesus.
But they are telling people to rush and do what?
Jesus. Oh, God.
It was so funny.
These people are really a character. It just takes me a bit back. So something happened around 2022. in 2021, 2022, thereabout.
Yeah.
So I used to, back then when I was in school, I used to do house agency for people. So, being an agent yourself, you also meet other agents.
Yeah.
So there's a client I got who wanted the houses around Orji's. Was it Orji?
Okay.
Amakoya. I think Amakoya Orji there, but I think Amakoya, yeah.
Okay.
He wanted a house around that area. So the agent, obviously, they said you have to pay mobilization fee. It's very important. So I told the person, okay. He said, no, let's be going first. I will pay for. I now told him, don't worry about me. I can handle myself. I'm trying to give up this impression that I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So he ended up paying for the two people that we were actually three. Yeah, me, my colleague, and then the other person that routed him to the house. So I was, because the guy requested for a federal lights, good road, and a virgin house. Get what I said?
Yeah.
Virgin house. So we went there. As we were, even me will be agent. I can't the one that was like, what's going on here? I was like, you say good road. We couldn't even use car. We had to use our legs first. The guy said, don't worry, they go walk this road. No worry yourself. And I had to ask him, are you sure this place is federal lights? Because I don't want my client to be shouting at me. And then he said, nah, are your client day here now? Why they do like this? Now, federal lights now. Now, me they tell, but I know this doesn't look like as if it's connected to any wiring here. Okay, we got to the house, the apartments. You won't believe it. We saw grasses everywhere. He said, now they build them, but they go soon finish them this month. This month, they go finish the house. I'm being really serious with you. This was not even painted. It wasn't even painted, but the inside was painted, but the outside was not even painted. There were grasses around. The gate was not even fixed properly, but they're already trying to put it out there. It was like, don't worry, this month they go run out. I was like, you're literally looking at the client with me. How do you? I was like, you're spoiling my image, okay? He said, madam, now you be woman. No, so they do business. I was like, are you being serious right now? I'm protecting my integrity here.
There's no integrity. There's no integrity in that business.
I was like, I'm a transparent lady. I don't do my business like that. How can you tell me that? I even got angry on behalf of my client because it was not nice. You don't do this to people. Like you. This is an uncompleted. And you made me leave. I used my money to come here. Haba. So it was the funny thing. He now told us that don't worry. If you don't like this one, I have another virgin house.
No, there's nothing.
Now so we follow Amu.
There's nothing.
Now so we get disappointed again.
There's nothing.
I think the problem was that virgin. They take you to buildings that have not even been finished. They've even finished painting the building. Sure, it says toxin and virgin where you want. Maybe person never used before, right? Hey, it's supposed to be a new building now. This is exactly what they do. And I don't seem to understand, because most of them, all that concerns them is, as long as they get their money, every other thing is your business.
Very true. Very, very true. Again, I told you that I'm the perfect person for you to be talking with.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story around that one. So, house hunting, right? At that point, we were at the house at Wedra, the one that we're having issue, didn't get a tenancy agreement for. So when we were house hunting again, so this time around, I was looking for my own apartment. I didn't want to share again. So got an agent and found an apartment still in town. Nice. Went to the house. The first thing I noticed was one of the things I noticed was where's the tank that supplies the building water? Right? Because there were two 3-story buildings side by side.
Yeah.
And the one on the left had just one tank. And it seemed as if that same tank was connected to the other building. I was like, knowing what I know, that's not enough water supply for both buildings.
Yeah.
And we're like, fine, we'll get to that later. And they'll fix another tank. See, they showed us a couple of things. I knew that was all fake, but let's just see the apartment.
Yeah.
When they saw the apartment was under construction. Guess what they told me?
What?
They said, if you pay the house rent, in 2 weeks' time, they will complete the building and then you can pack in.
Oh, God.
Guess what?
Jesus.
I started looking for an apartment very early on this time around. I started 6 months ahead. As of the 4th month, that building wasn't completed. So it's crazy what they do. If you ever make the mistake of paying you're not going to pack into that apartment in 2 weeks. I don't even think you're going to pack it in like 3 months. It's really crazy. Oh gosh, I have a lot of stories around this.
Okay, so someone tweeted something. Someone said, until people stop buying overpriced houses in Nigeria, the housing market will remain overpriced. However, criminals need assets to stash money. And with so much fraud and so many corrupt politicians in the country, there will always be buyers. It's a vicious cycle. So there's someone that I interviewed sometime. So the landlord's house is actually quite big. The landlord quarter is too big. Quarter is too big. Or it's like 1/10 of the house. It's just like from this place now. And gave it to the tenants. And then gave them a price of almost 2-point-something million.
Sorry, where was this? In
this area, in this state, yeah.
Wow.
And you know the funny thing? The thing is this. I think it's like, going by what this person said, it's a cycle. There are some people, I don't know whether it's that they're not, whether for them it's just, let it be that I have a place to stay. Because there's some certain things, there's kind of place that you, just like in Lagos, when they show you a very little, because I saw on social media, a very small compartment, they say it's 1 million naira.
Yeah.
And you'll be so surprised. Some people will pay that money.
Yeah.
So my friend contacted me last week complaining that for the past 1 month, she's been trying to get an apartment. And I was not happy. Why was I not happy? She didn't tell me on time. I would have introduced her to using HomeAvers. Because with HomeAvers, you don't have to stress over getting an apartment anymore. You don't have to waste your transport fare going from one house to one house to one house looking for what you like. You can easily get what you like on the HomeAvers app. Seamlessly, easily. And you don't have to pay any ridiculous fees anymore. No more inspection fees, no more agent fees. And HomeAvers just easily connects you directly to the property manager. You get to meet the Oga in charge. No more why you. No more you have to meet this person just to pay your rent. No more of that. And no more rush hour. Even before you even get a quick notice. Or maybe you just decide that, okay, I don't want to stay here anymore. You can easily slide into the HomeAvers app and look for that apartment you so much desire. And in case of any problem, even during the renting process, you can easily run back to us and raise your complaints. No, nobody's gonna ditch you. You don't have to even worry about that. You can fall back to us and make any complaints of your choice. And guess what? You can gain more information about any apartment of your choice using HomeAvers. Why choose the hard way when you have the easy way? Anyways, let's get back into the podcast and see what I have to say. And I'm like, do people they don't just care about where they lay their head, or their own is just, let it just be that, okay, there's a roof over my head, doesn't really matter. The money is in surplus, you want to spend it on a cubicle.
I don't think it's only just that. I think it's being tired. So if, like the stories I told you, right, from the frying pan to the fire, those 2 periods were time we were just tired of looking for an apartment. We just needed something. So really it gets to a point when you're looking for an apartment and you've been looking for, say, 4 months, 5 months. You're just like, the next one I see, I'm just going to pay. That's how it goes, actually. And it happened to me. I was just like, I just want to pay. I'm tired, And again, I don't think I can really speak much about, like the real estate, buying properties, and because I don't think I really understand that space. But I mean, from the outside, not knowing much, looking at what is going on, sometimes I look and I'll be like, this is overpriced. Yeah. I mean, we've seen some of the quotes you see about properties in like Lagos especially. Yeah. And we're seeing 1.1 billion, 1.3 billion. I'm looking like it's not really worth that amount, in my own opinion.
It's never.
And again, I'm not looking from the outside, not knowing much about the whole industry of the real estate. I'm just like, real estate business, I'm like, I don't think it's worth that much, because you see in the news, Tyler Perry or someone is selling a property in, I don't know, somewhere in the US, and you see them quoting like $1.3 million, and you see that property, see the whole landscaping and everything. You look at what they are selling in Lagos or any other place, and you be like, this It's like, this doesn't look like value.
Doesn't.
You know, and then you always see when you go on Twitter, you see the argument of it's Lagos is like the New York of Nigeria, which I don't know. I'm not going to argue with that, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Then you see Lagos doesn't have that much land. I don't know if you look at the map. I don't know what their land mass is, but I don't know. I don't have that information. But
yeah,
I feel it's not argument enough for properties to be valued that much. Now, if you ask me why, I think because last year, prices of trying to rent just really, really shot up, especially in Nowhere.
It's really high.
Like for me, my house rent almost doubled. I did I think 80%. It went up like 80%.
My God.
So, and I want to look and say, it's really painful for you. But then again, you have to also consider the way prices of things have gone up. Fuel is up to build. You were talking about like Virgin House, right? How many people are really building houses? To build a house is really expensive. Most of the houses you're seeing is either refurbished. You barely see new houses. The new houses, you can't afford them.
Okay, talking on what you just said right now. Okay, someone tweeted something again.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, Nigerian houses on average are very dark. Slices of window, heavy building materials that trap heat, clunky design, almost like we think of houses as places to stay and not to live or enjoy. I don't know how to phrase it better than that. Now, coming to this, like Chineke, it's like the landlords. I want to hammer on these people. I don't know whether they sold their conscience. Like, they will use cheap, when I mean cheap materials, bad paints, to build a house and then sell the house to you or rent the house to you at a very outrageous price, double or triple than they actually spent. And you'll find out that you still end up using your own money to change all those materials and going to buy like an original material. And you find out, okay, there was an apartment when I was in school. There was an apartment I rented. It's a new apartment. They just built it. Actually, what am I even saying? The apartment has been abandoned for like about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So the landlord decided that, okay, I have money today. Let me complete this apartment. He did that. You get just this kind of refurbishing. They just they've done it. Then they rent out the space. I know how people are. When they say new place and nobody has been yet. You see people rushing in. You get no matter how much it costs you. And actually, the room was actually small. It's a self-con, but it was really small. It was just like it was like a square. So I happened to get the room at the first floor, and I came in. Normally, I'm very observant, so I looked around. I was like, okay. I noticed a crack on the wall. I called the attention of the caretaker. I said, "Oh, how far now? This side, you just said it's no go." I said, "No, they worry yourself, sister. That's no go. Now just small. He now come put the stone back for me. He come back inside for me. I can't say, oh, guy, you did sure. These kind of things." And I was actually desperate.
Yeah.
We already started the semester, and I really needed a place to stay. And it was really obvious on my face that she was desperate, but at the same time, I was observant. So I called his attention to it. I said, "Look at it." He now just brushed me off.
Yeah.
Okay, I paid the rent. I think it was around 200 and something thousand. I paid the rent. So after paying the rent, and I started staying there. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. That same spot I complained to him about, the cracks started increasing. Like literally my room was, it was dividing into two. I was like, how far, Oga? No, but wait, he said, "Madam, this thing." I said, how far? Never for once.
Nah.
I never saw that. And that caretaker, the guy they take Igbo. So, it's like someone just, got any person and then gave them his house to manage for him.
Yeah.
So the material, in short, the block that was used, it was breaking. The window, that day I came in, that day I paid my rent, my toilet window fell out.
It's terrible.
My toilet window fell. I just wanted to I was cleaning the house, So in the process of cleaning my house now so I said, okay, I just clean the toilet window very well. Now so the thing just...
Yeah.
I can't I said, bye-bye. I was like, that moment, I was like, okay. Jesus Christ. I don't know what and the funny thing is that they increased the rent.
Yeah.
They will tell you things have increased. Now I'm trying to understand what really... Now in this house that you've already built, you and I know this maintenance in quotes that you may want to do may not even be done till like 5 or 10 years later. So why it's like, I think it's greediness. Why take advantage of that? You increase your rent, but we're not really doing anything to make living in your apartment or in your house more better.
I think, if you ask me, I think to start with, we need to cut landlords a bit of slack. Now, when it comes to building with inferior materials, from what I know, sometimes, I mean, they need to take part of the blame, but it's not entirely their fault.
Okay.
You find out that most of these people are not actually in the country.
Yeah.
And then they have to trust someone with supervising the building of whatever they're doing.
I think most landlords in Nigeria are never in the country.
Yeah. So, and most times, if you don't have someone you can trust that can supervise and monitor what is going on, right? That the whole like building, I'll say ecosystem. I don't really know which rules is what, but you need someone that can supervise and make sure that they're using the right material. I remember one house I went to when I was hunting before I got to my apartment. Basically, the wall was probably this thick. Yeah, and the house was expensive. It was in a very good location, but it was expensive. And to be honest with you, if I had not gone with like someone that sounded like was a voice of reason, I would probably have paid for the house the next day. So he looked at the house. He was like, "Bro, just tap the wall." Like, bro, nothing there here. Bro, the house is fine, but guy, nothing there this wall.
Oh my God.
So the wall was so thin.
Yeah.
But like, and I never met the landlord, but I would want to think that probably he didn't even know that they use that kind of materials for him. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I say probably we need to cut them some slack. Then in terms of like, maintenance and everything, one thing I've also come to notice during my house hunting, and I'm going to just tell a little story here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I was looking, before I got this apartment, right, I found one very, very nice virgin house around Wedra Junction.
Yeah.
Very nice. So luckily for us, or for me, my friend, well, I always go with my friend most times for all these things. So the landlord was someone he buys engine oil from.
Okay.
So he was like, I know this man. I'm just going to call a hypothetical name. Oga John. That's not his real name.
Yeah.
So we kind of, tried our best. We were able to now get in sync with the landlord. And as of then, my wife didn't know at the time, but I was already like planning to get married. So we finally got in contact with the landlord. We went to the house. Very, very beautiful property, very, very big compound. But the landlord was like, that he only wants married folks. And I'm going somewhere with this story.
Yeah.
And where I'm going with this story is landlord increasing their rent and saying maintenance costs and everything. Sometimes you can really have terrible tenants that will force you to spend money to maintain that particular flat or something.
Yeah.
So met the landlord. We traced that building. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut down on using agents.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell agent to look for any property for me for like 3 months. So we're now tracking the property because we had met the landlord, spoken with him. The landlord said he wanted married folks. I told him that I'm not married, but I'm planning to get married because I need to get an apartment that I can actually get married in. I can't stay where I'm staying.
Yeah.
So that is part of my own process. I thought I was reasoning with like a human being, So finally, the house was ready. And he now directed us to someone in, I can't remember, civil defense or something. There's a particular commission in Owerri. Directed him, the man wanted to do background check. I was like, fine, I don't have anything to hide. I gave him my workplace, gave him the email, gave him my number. Like, you can verify anything you want to verify about me. And of course, he was looking for us to settle him. I was like, you know what? If this thing works out, we'll settle you. Right? Because, I mean, we, like, how that communication happens. So I felt like, at that point, I felt like he's going to probably give this property to the highest bidder against the landlord's wish.
Highest bidder?
Yeah, anybody that settles him well. And of course, we also took that information, the way he talked, we passed it along to the landlord, and the landlord was not happy. The landlord was like, that is not what he told him to do. He only told him to do like a background check. So after everything, the landlord said he'll get back to us on Monday. On Monday, we called. The landlord was like, no, that he can't give us the property, that he told us that he wants only married folks. But we've been having this conversation with you for 3 months. we already had an agreement, like
Yeah.
not written, of course, like a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
And then everything changed. So then after that, I now got to learn that when you're going for that kind of thing, just pick any lady and go with her and just tell them that's your wife.
Exactly.
But I was
about
going,
to say that actually.
I was going like,
Yeah.
like with my honest self,
Yeah,
like this is me.
exactly.
I'm not a criminal. Look,
Yeah.
I'm doing a background check. I'm planning to settle down soon. And that's why I'm getting these apartments. But then I learned my lesson. Just find a girl and just go with.
Yeah.
That's my wife. And get the apartment.
Exactly.
So, but why I'm saying this is probably we just need to cut landlords some slacks, right? There's a reason why they would say they want only married folks, is because they've probably had experience with like single guys being rough with their property. Married folks tend not like everybody, but I think they tend to be kind of more level-headed. So that is what I've noticed. I hated it when it happened to me. I still hate it because I feel it's wrong.
It's wrong,
You shouldn't
yeah.
profile people that way to get an apartment.
Exactly.
But then it's their property. I don't know. So that is just it.
I don't agree with that though.
I know.
Because a lot of this thing about status and, you know, I want single people, I want Yoruba people, I want Igbo people only, no Hausa, please. Tribalism, nepotism, like all these things. I don't get why
The whole-
a landlord
the whole
would be doing
profiling.
that. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. For people
I
that
don't
want
like
to rent
it.
your apartment.
I feel it's wrong. And that's why I love like this place I'm currently at, right?
Yeah.
Because none of that happened.
Okay.
You know, like, okay, what do you do? Okay, just like little questions and like it was so easy.
But I want to know though, why are they asking about what you do? Like, what's your business? Like, there's one I heard. Someone said the landlord was asking her for her BVN and statement of account.
No, you shouldn't give anybody your BVN.
Like a landlord was asking, say that he wants to know whether she will be able to pay his rent next year.
I did an interview when I was looking for an apartment, like a proper interview. Someone
Are you
came from
being
Port Harcourt to
serious?
interview me.
Are you
Yes.
being serious?
Like when you get like, I always told myself I will never do interview when it came to looking for an apartment, but I actually subjected myself to that. One, the house was beautiful.
Interview
Virgin
for an
house.
apartment.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. We went, of course, part of this, when we started this conversation, we were talking about, going out,
Yeah.
asking neighbors about how light is. Security.
Exactly.
So that was a trick. We also learned, right? When you find an apartment, don't believe anything
They tell
the
you.
agent tells you.
Yeah.
Just go and knock on people's houses, doors, and ask them questions, right? So I actually did an interview. The lawyer came down from Port Harcourt and sat down and asked that question. But at the end of the day, I didn't get the apartment. And I and my friend played the trick. So he wasn't really looking for an apartment, but he was
Yeah.
like, he's going to tell them he wants an apartment. Then I'll also say I want an apartment. So that any of us that they give the apartment, the person that needs it, which is me,
Yeah.
will not take the apartment. Guess
Yeah.
what?
What?
They told us that for the flat that I wanted, which was the fourth floor, that there's someone that had already been tracking the house and they are giving it to that person. Then for my friend that said he wanted the ground floor, they felt it's going to be somehow that they give him the apartment without giving me. So they just didn't give both of us.
Are you being serious? Oh my God.
So it was crazy. Like, I was like, I thought we understood this
Yeah.
game. I thought we played it well.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was really disappointing.
Okay, so going back to the same catfishing thing about different angles, I would actually say that this thing has actually been reduced in the university side.
Really?
Yeah, yes, it has been because there's this current platform, Homiverse.
Okay.
So compared to normal agents, compared to what normal agents do and compared to what Homiverse does,
Okay.
normal agents will just show you a quarter of what you're supposed to see. Homiverse will cover the whole thing for you with proper photography. You would
Nice.
see the whole thing. Like, you're not going to be... And the thing about it is that you need not even come there to see it for yourself,
Okay.
because you're basically seeing everything online. That's part of what I was preaching to. I think when I attended the just concluded Deaf Fest, I was preaching to some people, some students there. I said, you need not even visit the place. You can see what you want. It's just like you staying at the comfort of your home and choosing your own apartment without going through all these corners, all this catfishing, all this problems, fees, and one thing is just for the university students, it's been reduced. It's been like they've cut it off. It's done. It's done and dusted. But for people that are still in town, still in the heart of Owerri and the heart of every other state, they are still facing it.
Yeah, and I feel like that is part of the beauty of what technology can do for us.
Yeah, actually,
right?
technology is actually very good.
Yeah. So if that problem has been solved for students, I think you need to solve it for us too.
Don't worry, we're coming there.
Because
We're actually coming there because it's a big problem.
if I tell you, like, again, I told you I have a lot of stories. Like when I was house hunting, I remember, oh my God, I remember being on bike for hours and they were just taking me inside. I was like, Lord, I don't know if I'm going to come back from
Do you know
this.
something though? So, sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
There was something that happened to me back then in school. This was in 2023, maybe 2022. So I was looking for an apartment to stay. I think I was in my 300 level then.
Okay.
So I told the bike man, the agents were calling stupid fees for me.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I need this what I'm looking for. I like my space to be good. So I told man, I was like, I told him, okay, please take me to Soul Lodge. He said, you didn't look for lodge. No worry yourself. I started. Do you get? So I feel like these bike men, most of them are actually agents, but they're riding bikes or something like that. So the man now took me to the first lodge, took me inside because I schooled in Futo. So he took me inside the Eziobodo. He now took me inside there, showed me one new lodge, one virgin lodge, and there was no neighbors. Just bush everywhere. I was not like, he said, don't worry yourself. Just go inside. You see the confidence the guy had.
Yeah.
So I went in, I looked at the lodge, and like I said earlier, I'm very observant. I observed the materials. I said, no, me and you go stay for this kind of place. I know even they should say I go even see lights for this actually. Like I told him I don't like it. I don't like this place. He now took me to another place. And this is where the problem is. I didn't know that I was being deceived in a way that as if he knew I wouldn't like the place. It's just like when you pay someone now, they already know what to do, already know where to take you, but the goal is that they want to be eating your money.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Now, do you see what happened right now? So before he now finally took me to the place that he knew I would like,
You already spent money.
I've already spent money.
Yeah,
I think I paid almost 5,000 naira that day just for transport.
Yeah.
Before we get back into the podcast, you know how looking for an apartment has turned you into a full-time detective. Agent fees here, inspection fees there. Like, next thing you know, your transport money has literally finished, vanished, poof, gone. Well, I'm about to introduce you to Homeivers. With Homeivers, you don't pay agent fees, you don't pay inspection fees, and there's even a free wait list. So once that dream apartment you've been eyeing comes up, you'll be the first person to know. And you know the best parts? No stress at all. Zero stress, none. It's literally house hunting made easy. Like you just click on the app, choose the apartment you want, and chill. I know it sounds too good to be true, but try it first, then come and thank me later. Now, let's go back to the podcast.
So he knew, in my mind I was like, if you knew I would like this business, why didn't you just bring me here? You know how this business day now, my sister, you know say. So sometimes I'm like, you this, I don't know why, but why are you people, see how we go take chop now, my sister. So I'm like, how, why? Okay, on getting to the apartment that he showed me, actually I liked the place. This was really nice. But this is where the problem was.
What was that?
Water issue. Light issue. It was close to dustbin. And guess this one, this one, no problem. He took me through the front, not through the back. And I didn't know that the lodge I was going to be staying in was going to be at the back. I was really gearing for the lodge in the front because they're like two, is a main lodge and an extension. So I didn't know that. I already like the lodge I was shown that day was the one at the front. So that one was now the one that was looking so good. I was so excited. I was so happy. It was given. Like the lodge, they don't even use walls. It's tiles everywhere. So I was so I'm serious. I was so happy. I was like, this is amazing. That means, guy, the room will be so cold. I was so excited, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, this is amazing. I was like, I'm paying immediately. How much is the rent? The rent was even cheap, 100 and something thousand. I was like, okay, fine, I'm paying. Only for me. The next day, for me to come, they say, sister, oh, be like, you go stay for the back, oh. I was like, I wish, but I said, don't worry, you go like him. It's bigger. They said it's bigger than this one.
But did you like it? Yeah.
God. That was what actually I went through. And I had no choice. I couldn't
Housing
leave.
is crazy.
I ended up staying there till I graduated from school. The water issue.
You adapted.
I had to adapt.
Yeah.
The dustbin, everything. It became in short, our caretaker self was a thief. I'm telling you this. The man ran away with our rent. So the landlord had to stop using caretaker and started using his barrister, the lawyer.
Yeah.
That was really a terrible experience. It was
I feel like as if we probably just all have stories around this housing issue.
But it needs to end.
Yeah, it does. There are a couple of things that need to end.
Yeah.
One is agency fee.
Exactly.
And one thing I would say is, and I hope Homeverse solves that.
Homeverse solves that totally.
Is the crazy percentage. One is the
Outrageous.
agents, they are not professional.
At all.
They are not. And they are not straightforward.
At all.
You can try, if something is not fully ready, you can actually communicate that to the tenants.
Exactly.
Right? Rather than, we're going to this apartment. On the way to that apartment, you've made 4 calls. On getting to that apartment, we've made 3 stops.
Yeah.
We've picked 3 people. No problem. It's my fuel, right? We get to that place and I take you in the car, and probably sometimes I might give you something to eat if I'm feeling generous.
That day,
And then I also now give you money, right? Then we get to the place, you're not calling the 5th person at that point, and you're not telling me the person that is with the key is not around. Well, then what have we been doing? And then you try your best. Another thing I've noticed is that you try your best to give detailed description of what you want.
Exactly.
I want POP. I want a house that has a good road to enter.
Yeah, road network.
Yeah, road network. I want light. I want water. I want this. And they just take it to a house that has well. You'd be like, how? Like, is it that the English is not Englishing, or
Oh, Jesus.
I need to put this in writing? So it's really crazy. So if you ask me, if Homeverse has solved the problem for students, they need to solve the problem for us.
They're coming.
Right? Because you guys should not be discriminating.
They're coming. They're coming.
Don't profile us. You get?
Oh
So
my God.
once you solve that problem of agency, you solve
Yeah.
the problem of actually seeing an apartment without actually needing to go there, because you might be really busy.
Yes,
Like for me, you
exactly.
can barely get me during the weekdays, right? And then I'm now house hunting. Then I need to leave my work and then go and
To start.
You need to see me that period. I look like a mad person. You understand? I'm
Frustration.
like, I'm frustrated. I'm telling my manager, okay, I'll be out for like an hour. I'm not out for an hour. I'm out for 3 hours because these agents keep taking me from one place to another.
Crazy.
So, but again, if technology has solved that problem, bring it to us. We'll use it.
Yes, you will.
You understand? And in fact, I can't wait to actually see how they solve that problem, because it seems
Yeah.
very interesting.
It is, actually.
And, probably to also help landlords, because I feel like sometimes landlords might feel like, the whole, like, the current way things are with agents and
Yeah.
everything is perfect for them.
That's what they do, because they're getting the money.
they don't really, they know that they're going to get their full money.
Exactly.
They're not sharing anything with anybody apart from, of course, the barrister that will take his cuts. But if you can solve that problem for
But
them.
they do add legal fee into it.
Yeah, they
for the
do.
barrister.
For the barrister. Now, there's always going to be a conversation on who is to pay for that. If you ask me,
Exactly.
the tenant didn't bring the barrister into the picture. You brought the barrister, so you pay for him. You understand?
Exactly.
If you want to factor that into my rent without letting me know, at least it makes me feel better that I'm not paying for a service I didn't bring the person for.
Exactly.
So, but again, I don't know. Something needs to be done. From our own part with technology, I don't know whether government has some roles to play, to like.
We're going to wait for government for a very long time.
No, they're not going to do shit.
They're not going to do anything. Like, they're not going to do
anything.
a big... Like, I think this is something that Nigerians will keep on talking about for a very, very long time, until the Ministry of Housing actually says, okay, let's impose some policy into this. Otherwise, we are just chasing shadows.
Yeah, any policy they impose, I just hope it doesn't affect like the housing space. Why I'm saying that is, I think growing up, I used to hear about like federal housing. I think it was a thing.
Yeah.
You hear about all the like World Bank estate
Yeah.
and all those things. And I think houses there tend to be cheaper.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of those schemes are still happening. Most of the buildings you see now is mostly like by private citizens.
Exactly.
So if you can't flood the market with houses and make it cheaper,
Yeah.
and it's still relying on people that are actually building this property, most of them not based in Nigeria, most.
Yeah.
So you can't really, if you ask me, I don't think you can do much because there's not enough houses to go around.
True.
But being honest, okay, I mean, come on now. If you look around my place now, you see a couple of uncompleted buildings.
I've been observing that since,
So I know that it's expensive to build.
Yeah.
And houses are not always available. That is once you find a good house, hold it as if you're holding your baba. Don't leave that place.
Yeah.
Except you find something better or you need to move out of the States. Well, housing is crazy.
It's really, really crazy.
Yeah.
Mr. Ellis, it's really been a wonderful time with you.
Yeah,
it's been an awesome time.
Too.
So are you in any social media handle in case our viewers would want to connect with you?
I'm a consumer. That's what I always tell people. I'm on X mostly. I think that's my social app to go to.
Okay.
But I barely post anything. So I'm a consumer. I just like to look at other people's content.
Yeah.
I'm there, Ellis Eyes. You can find me there mostly.
Okay.
You can also shoot a DM. I'll respond because I'm always on the app.
Yeah. Thank you. And if you're the government or if you're the agent, anyone that you are at all, please, our cry. Our cry and reduce the fees and do something.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you next time. Ciao.